Hi guys, this is Serge from thesisimage.com, and today in this video I'm gonna show you the plugin that you really need on your website, which is powered by Thesis theme. The plugin is called WordPress Featured Image for Thesis. What this plugin does, actually it bridges together the WordPress Featured Image functionality and the flexibility of the Thesis theme. Let us go into the admin so that I show you some features that you are probably missing on your website. First of all, why WordPress featured image system and not Thesis post images? Because Thesis post images are actually stored as a data in your custom fields for the posts, and many of the popular plugins they cannot access this data because they rely on WordPress featured images. That's why it would be better to go with the WordPress featured images, because Thesis post images are actually, while being nice, they may cause some issues with the other plugins. For example, when you're using Jetpack sharing buttons, you cannot easily set up the post image in the Open Graph protocol and some other issues. So, when you install this plugin, which is called WordPress Featured Image for Thesis 2, actually it makes Thesis work with WordPress Featured Images as if it was a native feature of the theme, and you still have the same control over the image layout, display, the alignment frames, and some other stuff. When you install this plugin, as I did here on this test website, you've got some new options under settings, media, and let me show what kind of options do you have here. So first of all, you've got new image sizes, because in a regular WordPress installation you have only 3 sizes available to you, actually 4 of them, which is a full size, the image you have uploaded to your media library, then you have a thumbnail size, medium size, and large size. But you guys know that when you're creating a professional website, sometimes you need just other sizes. So what sizes you have here? You've got an icon, which is actually cropped, and you may use it in your widgets, or when you would like to display an icon of the post on a search results. On your website, I mean, not on Google search results. Then you have a teaser size. Teaser size is actually a cropped version of a medium size, so you may adjust it to be displayed in your teasers. Then you have a banner size. What is a banner size? I create this size for the layouts when you have one column layout of blog posts, so that you may display an image full width but cropped above or below the headline area. Which actually gives you the so-called magazine layout. Then you have the content white size. Unlike the other sizes added by this plugin, the content white size is not cropped, so it is ideal to be used on singular post templates when you would like to display the image that actually will fit into your content column. Then you have some other cool features with this plugin, which is actually the control over the image attachments. So here you've got some options. So you may redirect the attachments of the attachment pages to their post parent pages when the visitor tries to access the attachment page from outside. So when you enable this and someone comes from Google image search to your attachment page, they will get redirected to the post parent. But if they come from your website to the attachment page, the page will be displayed. Then you have the links of the attachments. This is actually for the photo bloggers. When you post an images on your website and you display them on the attachment pages, by default, the images in WordPress are linked to their full versions. When you deal with professional images and you do not want to show the full image, and you do not want to link the full image, you may disable it here. And then you have the control over the featured image title attribute. When you hover the featured images of the posts, you've got a small text box which appears with the title of the image, so you may disable it here. Then you have the control over the featured images in feed. So when you assign a featured image to your blog post, this image will be displayed in feed, and here you have the control how to display it. So you may enable or disable the display of those images. You may choose the size you need. You may choose the alignment, add a frame. And if on the settings reading, you've got the, instead of full text in a feed, you display only summary, you've got some extra options under the media for the featured images. You've got the default thumbnail. So this can be really useful for you when you do not assign a featured image for a post. It will still use a default thumbnail that you can assign here in your feed, so that all your feed looks pretty nice with the images. Then, what else do you have here in the options? You've got a new tool, which is Image Converter. Image Converter actually is a tool to move the thesis post images and thumbnails into featured images of WordPress. I will talk about this tool a bit later. Let me show how you have the posts displayed now. So you see that you have a new column which will actually display the featured image if there is any featured image assigned to the post, which is quite handy because when the image is here, you may click it, go to which actually will redirect you to the media library edit screen, so that you may control the image. The same goes for the pages and any other public content type you have on your website, which is quite cool. Then, the nice feature of this plugin is actually that it fully integrates into Thesis template system. So let me give you an example. It creates a new box that you can drag into your template to display the featured image. So let us go to the template editor and add that box here. When you first install the plugin and you go to your skin editor, you will find this tool to add the new boxes to your template. The boxes with the stars are actually new instances of the box. So you may add a featured image box here. Then you press Shift and you drag it to your template to the place where you would like it to be displayed, for example on the headline area. And then you may click this gear just to open the options and see what is available to you. As you guys see, you have a lot of options here for this box. So first of all, you may choose the size, then you may choose the default alignment, you may choose the frame or not to frame this image. By default, the image will have frame. Then you may choose whether to display or not the captions by default. Then you have the control over the extra CSS classes if you need them for your design. Also, you may control the default prefix for the link title, which actually, for example, when you hover the image, you would like to see something like read the post, or for example, read post with the post name. Then, if it is on multi-post pages, you may probably need to enable the search functionality, which is quite cool, because when you miss the setting up of a featured image, you may enable the search on a multi-post template, and it will try to find an image within post content or within the custom fields, Thesis custom fields, to display an image. When you enable the search, you also need to provide a default thumbnail URL. In this case, when the box fails to find an image, it will display a default image. Also, you have the control about how the box should behave itself within the templates. You have three options here. For example, it should auto-detect whether it is a singular page or a multi-post page. Also, you may explicitly tell it to behave as if it was a multi-post. In this case, your images will be linked to the post or you may do the same for the singular templates. The best choice is actually to leave it as is for auto detection and use this tool only when you insert this box inside the query box of Thesis. Then you have the advanced PHP filters. Those filters are for the real ninjas. If you enable them, you may control what the box does and how it displays the image within the PHP filters, and you have all the details about the filters here. So we may set it as it is a singular page. We will set it content-wide. Post image. So I will choose a size to be full width. So content-wide with a center alignment, and add a frame if needed, and display the image caption if needed. Okay. I just save the box and I save the template. When I go to visit my site, I will not have the image right now here because no image is assigned. So let us go assign one image so that you see how it is easy to deal with those images. So here you have the featured image, the default functionality of WordPress, and featured image properties. First of all, you need to assign a featured image. You may choose it. You may upload files from your computer, or you may choose from media library. So, for example, here I will choose from my media library, and I set the featured image. And then I have all kind of control about the featured image here. So, what options do you have on a post basis? First of all, you may hide the featured image. In this case, this featured image will be displayed only in multi-post templates, and on your singular template you may place the image somewhere in your content or replace it with a video if you need. Then you may use the settings for the size. You may choose from those sizes or use the default from the box. You may choose the alignment as well. For example, use skin default, which is recommended. The same you may do for the framing of the image. Also, you have the control over the frame on a singular template and on multi-post template, which is quite cool because sometimes for the cropped images you need the frame and you don't need it for transparent PNG images on a singular template. Then you have the same control for the captions on singular template and on multi-post template. You have an extra CSS classes which will be added to the image only for this post if you need. The same control over the post title prefix to override the options in the box. Then you may link this image. You have three options here, which four options actually. Do not link the image. Link the image to the attachment post or to the image file, or use the custom URL. So then you have the control over the link attributes. The best bet would be actually to leave it defaults just to see how it works. So I just update the post and I view that page. So here you go. You've got the image here. If you wish to change the size, you may do it for the whole box instance, which will work on all of your posts or pages. Or you may control it on a post basis. For example, I would like to have it medium on the left. So I need to go to edit this page and I just change the size to medium and left with a text wrap. So I just update here. I refresh the page and I've got another image, which is quite cool. The interface of this plugin is actually really easy to understand. You have all the descriptions here, so if you have any questions you may click on the question mark here and get the details. Let us go see how our pages are listed. So as you see, you've got the featured image displayed next to the page we've just assigned it. And if you would like to edit the image, you just click here and you are taken to the page for editing the image. For example, if you would like to add the caption, you update the image, and you will see that the caption will appear. Here you go. Then, what else is a cool feature of this plugin? It redirects, it actually adds a new field for the attachments, which is the 301 redirect. So you may redirect your attachments to another location if you need that. Actually, this would be very useful if you are working with the WordPress galleries. In this case, your thumbnails are linked by default either to the image or the attachment pages. But you may go further and redirect the attachment pages to any location. For example, if you would like to create a showcase page, all you have to do is just to upload several images in your gallery, create the 301 redirect for those images, and add the gallery. Then let us get back to the conversion tool. On this website, I had some images assigned within Thesis, and as you see, the plugin has replaced the functionality of Thesis images, so there is no possibility to display them anymore. That's why you need this image converter. Actually, what happens, you just check the options here. By default, there is no need to check those options, but if you would like to convert the thumbnails, you may do it here. And if you would like to do some cleanup in your database and delete the useless Thesis images data from your database, you may check it here. So that's what we're gonna do here, and we just convert the images. So here you've got 4 images successfully converted. So it means that the plugin has grabbed the data from Thesis images and it assigned them as a WordPress featured images for the posts. You will see them in the post link here. And we have deleted 14 useless custom fields for posts from your database, which is quite cool as well. So let us go to the posts and see what images were converted. So you see that the images were in Thesis database, and now they are assigned as featured images. So when you go here to the blog page, we could add them as thumbnails for those posts. So let us just edit this template. We're gonna create a new instance of the box and add it here because we need a different settings for the box. So I just go and grab the featured image once again, which is here. I add box. I open the options. I call it, for example, thumbnail. I choose the size, which would be thumbnail, alignment left with text wrap, add images, add a frame to the image, display captions. I would actually enable the search for this template. So I need to find an image, a default image from my media library, to grab the URL. For example, this one. I grab the URL here and I paste it into the box. So here we go. We then just need to add this to the template, put it before the content, and save it. So when you go and view this site, the blog page, you will see the featured images. So here you go. You've got the default thumbnail appearing, or the featured image if it was assigned, or the image from the post content. For example, as here, you've got the image from the post content. Now it was a featured image. This one is actually from the post content, probably. No. Here you go, you've got the image from the post content, but this image was added in a template, so we may go and edit this image and move it a bit further in the content so that it doesn't appear. And we put the more tags over here. So when you view the post, you will see that the image is at the end. And when you go to the blog template, you will see that the more tag is shorter now, and you have the image appearing. Here you go. So what the other cool features of these plugins? Of this plugin, when you go to your media library, you've got some new columns here. So you've got the alternative text column, which actually tells you what alternative text you are using for your images. And you should know that this alternative text is actually a must-have for your SEO, and it shows you red empty here. So it means that you need to go edit that image and add some alternative text. You may do it easily by clicking the edit link here. You just enter some text here and you update. So when you go to your media library, you will see that the alternative text is displayed. The same for the caption. You remember the image for the caption, so you'll get the caption here. Then you've got the 301 redirect field. For example, if you redirect the image to some URL, for example, http thesis image.com. When you try to view the attachment page, you will see that we will get redirected to the website. Here you go, we've got redirected. And this redirect field will appear in your media library. Here you go, so you may check the links. I think that's all about the coolest feature you may have here. Also, you may check the interfaces for the box and for the gray box on the edit post screen to see what exactly you may do with these images. I will also create another video explaining you how to use the galleries with the images and how to redirect them. That's all for today. So if you would like to download this plugin, just click the link below this video and you will get to the payment page. Cheers, guys!